They will return the day when they are needed. Our gaze is shifted upwards to the sky.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Apex Racing TV. This is the final round of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing. Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Woodhouse, and I am at Donington Park Circuit here in the United Kingdom tonight. Kevin Noon should be along shortly. I've got Scott Newton on cameras, so hopefully that should be. Hopefully this should be a very, very good race. The championships will be decided tonight. And what has been a very, very good inaugural season of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. Just a second, and then I will run you through the championship standings. If we can get those on the screen for you. Right then, so the championship leader going into the final meeting is Ben Hackerson, 458 points, 20 points ahead of Alex Everett, with Lewis Bibby in third, Tristan Bodis fourth, Jeroen Keizer in fifth, Kip Stevens sixth, tied with Ian Roscoe. Eighth is Clinton Bell, ninth is Stephen Baxter, and 10th is Mark Woodhouse. In the pro standings, Mark Woodhouse himself leads that category by 18 points. Jason Rowe in second, Scott Malcolm third, Neil Rocks in fourth, and Dale Green in fifth. In the Teams Championship, Club 73 with Hythe Hill Motorcycles, 26 points ahead of Radical Racing UK, GBR Brit Modeler in third, Club 73 with Nitro Helmets in fourth, Team Mad in fifth, Boosted Motorsport sixth, tied with GBR Too Old to Play, and then Automech in eighth. And then over to the Mike Cooling Cup for the VW Jetta. Of course, this is a mixed class series. Michael Hall leads the way there by only 13 points from Dennis Melcher. How important could that race be where he selected the wrong car, or was given the wrong car at the very least anyway? Conrad Venter is third, 33 points behind. He's still with a chance of winning the title. Sean Gardner is fourth, with Steve Hooper in fifth, sixth Maciek Zakovic, seventh Stuart Atkinson, eighth James Leggett, ninth Carter Cunningham, and Adam Hedgecock in 10th. Right then, got about 2 minutes left of the qualifying session here at Donington. I love this place, and it really does provide some excellent racing. Pole sitter at the minute is Lewis Bibby, 108.513, just half a tenth ahead of Stuart McFadden, who's out there frantically trying to improve his time for Automech. Let's see what he does over the line. Is this his flying lap, I wonder? No, he's onto his flying lap now. He's going to be compromised here by some traffic. Let's see as we will go on board with Stuart McFadden, see what he manages to do. This is the Crane of Curves. Hollywood. Down through the gears. Into the old hairpin. Flings it in. Hard on the power, up the hill, under the bridge. They've got to be nice and smooth on the brakes. This right-hander here, and he's aborting. In fact, he's letting his teammate Scott Malcolm through. He's having obviously a better lap. Into Coppice. Ducked it in, hard on the power. There's some traffic ahead. It shouldn't come into play here though, I wouldn't think. Hard on the brakes, into the final chicane of the National Circuit, hits the curb hard on the right side, then he avoids the one on the left, gets a good drive out of the corner. Cross the line for Scott Malcolm. Only a 110.1, so yeah, not making any inroads there on the top 5 places. Yeah, nobody really making good lap times at the minute. Stephen Baxter's not doing too badly, but even he can't improve. Dave Crozier is out there as well. Anthony Gray's also on a lap. Have a look at the Jettas. John Gardner's just improved up to 3rd, so that's really, really good from him. But there aren't even many Jettas out on a fast lap either. I think everyone else has pretty much finished. Oh, you've got Stephen Whiteley. Is he on a fast one? I think he is. Into Coppice he goes. Tips it in nicely. Oh my God, there's a Kia. Flying through with reckless abandon. Not sure who that was. Hard on the brakes, down through the gears, into the final chicane, trying to carry as much speed as possible. And he's into the pit lane. Always seems to happen to me, that, in qualifying. Right then, take you through the finishing order for qualifying then. Lewis Bibby on pole position ahead of Stuart McFadden. Then it's Ian Roskell in 3rd, Mark Woodhouse in 4th, Sam Reed in 5th, Clinton Bell 6th, and then it's championship leader Ben Hackerson. He's down in 7th place with 2nd place man Alex Everett in 8th, Jason Rowe 9th. That will do his championship no harm either. In the pro category, Jeroen Keizer 10th, Tristan Bodis 11th. Then it's 12th for Stephen Baxter, 13th Scott Malcolm, 14th Andrew Whitehead, Neil Rocks in 15th. 16th, Dave Crozier. 17th, Anthony Gray. Dale Green in 18th. Christopher Sherburn 19th. And Jason Greenfield in 20th. Into the Mike Cooling Cup then. Michael Hall takes pole position there by just under a tenth. He's the championship leader at the moment. It's the top two in the championship who will be starting on the front row of that category. Sean Gardner, he's 4th overall, and he starts 3rd today. Brian Levitt is 4th, and then it's Conrad Venter in 5th, Adam Hedgecock 6th, Maciek Sakovic 7th, 8th, James Leggett, 9th, Steve Hooper, 10th, Ian Robson, and 11th is Stuart Atkinson, 12th, Stephen Whiteley, 13th, Adrian King, 14th, Ian King, Chris White in 15th, and then at the very back will be Ethan McColgan, who I believe has a penalty. Right then. Waiting for the drivers to form up on the grid now. And yeah, also on Apex Racing TV tonight, got BSR MX5 Cup as well. So if you fancy some MX5, that's also on tonight as well. I believe it's Adam Bath doing that one. Right, okay then. Bibby versus McFadden off the line. See who can make the best start. Get into the first corner first. I love the final round of a series. Always interesting. Always entertaining. Here we go. The revs are rising here. The final round. The Club 73 Touring Car Championship is go. A good start from Lewis Bibby, holds the inside line. Drew McFadden's trying to go around the outside. Blinking away slightly. Both classes starting together. One of the only times this season. Starting right together now. Bibby leading from McFadden, then it's Roscoe. Woodhouse in 4th, 5th Reed. Then 6th is Hackerson. The 6th is Clinton Bell, 7th is Hackerson. Into the Jetters, who's made a good start there. Oh, I can hear a crash. There's a crash, and it's Dave Crozier. So that's Dave Crozier's come a cropper on the first lap. Dennis Melchert's taken the lead. That's huge in the Mike Cooling Cup. There's 2 races tonight. Sprint race, then the feature race. Dennis Melchert could have first blood here. Into the chicane. And there's been a car off in front as well. Ethan McColgan's been off. Don't know what's happened to the Automec car. Have a look and see what exactly has gone on there for him. Oh, just wide, just well out of shape. Hit the curb hard. Oh, and then he got spat out by the second curb. Bit unfortunate there, just a bit too hot going in. The unfortunate issue for McColgan. Back at the front of the Kia then. Lewis Bibby leading. Stuart McFadden in 2nd. Then it's Ian Roscoe, then it's Woodhouse. 4 evenly matched drivers here. Then you've got Sam Reed just behind, he's in 5th. Then it's Hackerson, then it's Everett, then it's your own Kaiser. So going on there in the early stages, some good battling there is here between Bibby and McFadden. See if McFadden can have a look into Redgate. Can't get the move done. We're joined by Kevin Noon. Kev, hello mate.
Good evening. Sorry about
Fashionably late there. Dan Reed versus Ben. Dan Reed versus Ben Hackerson into the old hairpin. Oh, they're very close. teammates at Club 73. They want to take each other off. Very, very close. Good battling going on out there, even between teammates. Dennis Melcher then, he's managed to maintain the lead over Michael Hall. Venter and then Gardner. Good start for Melcher, Kev. He's second in the championship. He needs to beat Michael Hall twice, really, tonight. And he's going about it the right way.
Yep. Good points all. Hope that.
I think we're having some real issues trying to hear Kev there, so we'll try and sort those out for you. Right then. Right, try again, Kev.
Can you?
Nope. We'll try again. We'll try and sort that one out for you. Maybe. Okay. Yep. About that. Right. Poor Kev's having some issues there, so we'll get back to him in just a second. Final round. It won't be the final round without some technical issues.
Are we working this time, Andrew? Maybe.
Very bad still. Struggling to hear there, mate. I'm afraid. So, Melcher versus Hall. Hall trying to make a move then into Coppice. This is the long run down to the national chicane. Very, very close. Hall's got the outside line. See a few moves done on the outside. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? It's going to be Dennis Melcher. He chucks it in. Bounces over the curb. Hall's got a good exit, but I'm not sure it's good enough because here comes Conrad Venter, our Apex Racing TV colleague who was in the booth for the IMSA Sports Car Series earlier on. Now he's in the car. Oh, he's almost hit. Michael Hall there. He's getting very congested at the front of this category. Melcher, Hall, Venter, Sean Gardner is just behind. And then a couple of seconds behind them is Brian Levy. These four drivers really, really fighting hard then. All in with a chance of taking home the Mike Cooling Cup. For the leading driver in the VW Jetta. Been a very competitive series this season in terms of the Jetta. And these four drivers have been the class of the field. The other man who's been very good is Steve Hooper. He's in 6th place, but he's got a lot of ground to make up in that Repsol machine, so we'll see what he can do later on at least. Meanwhile then, Stuart McFadden under a lot of pressure from dear me. Well, he was under some pressure. He's not anymore, so I'm not sure what happened there. Got Hackerson versus Sam Reed going down the back straight. Reed lets Hackerson go. Hackerson up into 4th place now, so good strong showing from him considering he qualified 7th. Now we're in amongst the rear of the Jetta field. This is where the Kia drivers need to exercise some patience. Haven't seen a great deal of it this season, I must admit. Off goes Stephen Whiteley, trying to avoid the cars of the faster category coming through. The Kia drivers need to be careful to not take off the Jetta drivers. Jetta drivers need to make it easy for the faster cars as well. Oh, side by side, Whiteley and King. Adrian King. Very nearly take. Oh, Whiteley's lost it. Oh, and he gathers it up nicely. Brilliant save there. Just manages to avoid disaster, and that really Really was a good save. Lewis Bibby leads by quite a decent margin now. It's a couple of seconds over Stuart McFadden. A couple of cars between the two as well. Over the line they come. Gonna try again with Kev New now, Kev. Maybe not. Okay, this is going well then, isn't it? Everybody viewers at home. Thanks for joining us anyway. Apex Racing TV, Andrew Woodhouse, Scott Newton. And yeah, final round of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. Presented by World League Sim Racing, of course. It's all getting a bit chaotic out there. Need to get some bearings on it. Lewis Bibby leads. A couple of seconds ahead of Stuart McFadden. They're now lapping the leaders in the Mike Cooling Cup. So that is Dennis Melcher, Michael Hall, Conrad Venter, Sean Gardiner. Lap 7, we've had about 9.5 minutes. This 15-minute race. Okay then. Donington Park, of course, historic circuit. Seen many fantastic races in touring cars, even in Formula One. We'll find some great racing here in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. Have a look at this battle going on between Jason Rowe, Tristan Bodice, Alex Everett, Sam Reed, Andrew Whitehead, Anthony Gray, Neil Rocks. You can throw a blanket over them, a tea cozy over them. I can hear some contact. Who's that? I'm not sure. It was just a bit of bumping at the chicane. Oh man, look at this. Three wide, nearly 4 wide. Oh gosh. Oh, and up the inside goes. Oh, and off goes Michael Hall. Hall and Woodhouse are off. See what happened? Did they come together? Oh, they did. I think, it's hard to say. I think Woodhouse might have been unsighted. He might not have even known Michael Hall was... No, he will have seen Michael Hall. Oh, he's just missed his braking point. Oh, dear. Ah. Well, that isn't great for Hall, I have to say. Championship on the line. Because these things can happen. Shouldn't. They can. What ruined this battle as well, which was going quite nicely, thank you very much. So now Alex Everett, Jason Rowe, Sam Reed. Rowe got a bad run through the chicane. Oh, it's a big crash. Into the wall go Rowe and Reed. And they're out. That's the end of them. And stuck together, quarter panel, whatever you want to call it. In the fence, over and out they go. That's not the way they want their first race of the evening to go in this season finale. So yeah, not a very good start for them. Been a very good start so far for Lewis Bibby. He's only got a couple more laps to go here. Maybe 2 more after this. He leads by 3 seconds, going along quite nicely from Stuart McFadden. Ben Hackerson is fairly comfortably ahead of Ian Roskell, not under any immediate pressure. Jeroen Kaiser's there, BSRTC race winner, of course. Clinton Bell is in 6th, Alex Everett 7th, Anthony Gray 8th, Andrew Whitehead 9th, and Neil Rocks in 10th. Neil Rocks is right with Andrew Whitehead now. I wonder if we're going to see a move here into into the chicane again. Well, these two, not this time. Neil Rocks continues his pursuit. Let's check in with the Jetters now. Melcher leads. Gifted a bigger lead as well by the demise of Michael Hall. Conrad Venter is in second place. He's going off at the chicane. In hard. John Gardner then is just behind him. And then it's Michael Hall. So Hall's lost 2 places. It's not as bad as what it could have been. But he will know that there could have been more points at stake. Not his fault, of course, but it'll be disappointing for him. Brian Levitt, he was in a lonely 5th place, but he's now been joined by Steve Hooper. Hooper getting ever closer. He might be able to make some inroads. He might be able to get a move done, actually. Hooper into the last couple of corners, couple of laps, sorry. This fantastic circuit, my favourites to drive. Be a favourite for Lewis Bibby if he carries on like this as well. He's marching on nicely towards this victory. Give him a big old lead in the championship. What am I on about? Talking absolute rubbish. It will, sorry, it will reduce the lead of Ben Hackison in the championship. That's what it will do. There were 46 points between the two of them before this race meeting, so will be obviously a lot closer. Oh, Bibby blinks in and out. Don't want that with the final couple of laps to go. Really isn't what you need. Not when you've driven such a perfect race. Make sure you get to the end, and here he comes. He's going to reach the end now. Lewis Bibby wins at Donington Park. Good stuff still going on between Ian Roscoe. In fact, that's a lapped car, isn't it? That's pretty uneventful there in the Kias towards the end. Dennis Melcher then coming on to the final straight. He's just got the chicane to go. He may have just regained his championship lead with just 1 race to go. Dennis Melcher across the line. He wins in the Mike Cooling Cup. Brilliant stuff. Great race from Melcher. Conrad Venter, a brilliant second place. That won't do any of his championship aspirations any harm going into the final round. And over the line comes Michael Hall. So that's really important for Hall. Absolutely crucial that he managed to get past John Gardner. And I wasn't sure he was going to do it, but brilliant from Hall. Then it's Hooper, then it's Levitt. And Atkinson behind them in 7th place. Right then, I will take you through the finishing order then here at Donington Park for round 11 of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing. Lewis Bibby takes the win by 3.3 seconds over Stuart McFadden, with Ben Hackison in 3rd, the championship leader. He will remain so at least for now. Jeroen Kaiser in 4th, Ian Roscoe 5th, 6th Clinton Bell, 7th for Alex Everett, who was 2nd overall. Solid result, but it's maybe not what he quite needs at this stage of the championship. Andrew Whitehead in 8th. Then it's Neil Rocks in 9th, Anthony Gray 10th. Mark Woodhouse started 4th, finished 11th, crashed into Michael Hall. Might even suffer the wrath of the stewards for that one. Jason Greenfield in 12th, 13th Chris Sherburn, Scott Malcolm in 14th ahead of Dale Green. Then it's Jason Rowe, Ethan McColgan, Tristan Bodis, Dave Crozier and Stephen Baxter. They complete the Kias still running. Then Dennis Melcher winning in the Mike Cooling Cup ahead of Conrad Venter, Michael Hall, Sean Gardner, Steve Hooper, Brian Levitt, Stuart Atkinson. Then it was Adam Hedgecock in 8th. 9th was James Leggett. 10th Ian Robson. 11th Maciej Sakovic. 12th Adrian King. Chris White in 13th. Then it was the retired Sam Reed in the Kia, the only Kia to retire from the race. Ian King in 35th. Stephen Whiteley was a retirement quite early on. I believe he might have been disqualified. I'm not 100% sure of that. Right then. So for those of you who are new to the championship, the grid will be reversed for race 2. For the feature race, it will be in championship order, in reverse championship order. So yeah, we're going to see some thrills, spills and excitement. It's a much, much longer race as well with the pit stop. So we're going to see how that pans out. Right then, everybody, we will catch you in about 10 minutes time for race 2 here on Apex Racing TV. So don't go anywhere, because if you do, you'll miss the final round of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing, and you do not want to do that. You want to be back here with us in a few minutes time. We'll see you in a bit.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
From far away they came to us with knowledge. They changed our world and left us without warning. They will return the day when they are needed. Our gaze is shifted upwards to the sky.
what a move. Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy. Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV for round 12, the final round of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing. Hello everybody, Andrew Woodhouse alongside Kevin Noon and Scott Newton for this one. And yeah, first race was very, very interesting in that Lewis Bibby took the win in the Kias, and there was a big, well, there was a little shift in the Jetta standings, but amazingly, Michael Hall still managed to gain some points in the championship, which I was absolutely flabbergasted by. He's actually gone from the 13-point lead that he had to now the 15-point lead that he currently occupies. Kev Noon is with us now. I'm glad to report that he doesn't sound like the Terminator anymore. So Kev, good evening, my friend.
Good evening. It's nice to know that I don't sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, and but you are back.
Yes,
good.
finally, after sitting in loads of traffic on the A1, I finally got home.
Oh dear, I know. The irony of that is I'm in Leeds and you were leaving there and couldn't get out. Couldn't get out of there in time.
Couldn't get out as much as I wanted to.
That's it. Unfortunate for that. Ben Hackerson leads the championship going into the final round by 28 points over Lewis Bibby with Jeroen Kaiser in 4th, Tristan Bodice 5th, Ian Roscoe 6th, Clinton Bell 7th, but they're pretty much out of it as it stands. Mark Woodhouse leads the pro standings by 22 points despite crashing into Michael Hall in race 1. Michael Hall himself leads by 15 points over Dennis Melcher with Conrad Venter 38 points behind. They're the only 3 who can make any sort of go at this championship. Remember, those are provisional points. I've just been handed them about a minute ago, so thank you to the guys there for sorting that one out for us. That was appreciated, and we're going to need some scores at the end of this one, Kev, I reckon, to work out who the champion's going to be. We'll have a pretty good idea, but you never know. It gets a bit crazy in these reverse grid races.
Yeah, these reverse grid races are a bit crazy at times, but hopefully it'll stay clean. We'll have a good race and get a champion at the end of it.
There we go, very, very quickly, running through the grid. Stuart McFadden on pole position for the Kia category, ahead of Dave Crozier. Jason Greenfield 3rd, Anthony Gray 4th, Chris Sherburn 5th, Sam Reed 6th, Dale Green 7th, Neil Rocks 8th. Then back to the back of the pack, the key names there is Lewis Bibby 17th, Alex Everett 18th, and Ben Hackerson 19th. In the Mike Cooling Cup pole sitter is Stephen Whiteley, and at the very back of the championship contenders. But here we go, gridding up a bit early. Green flag flies here for the final time in this season. Club 73 Touring Car Championship. All the cars away together off the grid here at Donington Park. It's a good start by McFadden. Oh, and there's a car round, and it looks like it was Neil. It wasn't Neil Rocks. It was a car similar.
Benjamin Hackerson's in the wall. He's off
goes,
in the wall.
There goes Ian King. Hackerson's in the wall, and also then you've got there's more cars in the wall heading down the Craners. And that was
James Leggett's off. Ian King's off.
That was Leggett. Yep.
Michael Hall really capitalised on that. He's moved ahead of Dennis Melcher already.
Ben Hackerson out.
Championship.
Massive moment for the Kia category. Let's see exactly what happened to Hackerson. Then he starts at the back of the field, comes round turn 1. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, if you look at that on the replay there, I hope you can get that, Scott, but that is the most unlucky thing I've ever seen. It's such a slow speed accident. Just sent him into orbit. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That just should not happen, really.
iRacing.
iRacing physics a little bit there, unfortunately. Stephen Whiteley leads the Light Cooling Cup here, ahead of Adrian King in second place. Third is Chris White, then it's Adam Hedgecock, Brian Levitt, then it's Conrad Venter, so he's got a bit of a jump on Michael Hall, and then Magic Stakovic. Where's Dennis Melcher? At the back? Dennis Melcher's at the back, so he must have got involved in
Melcher
first lap incident.
He just got blocked in on the other start there, and that's when Michael Hall capitalised, went around the outside of him.
So Melcher's going to find it very difficult now from there, I think, to get by Michael Hall. We'll see exactly what happens. Stuart McFadden, meanwhile, made a great start. Scotsman off the front row of the grid, off pole position, in fact. Ahead of Dave Crozier, then it's Anthony Gray. Sam Reid in third. Sorry, Sam Reid in fourth. Behind Anthony Gray. Here he comes. Get a good toe on the boosted motorsport car. Here he comes up the inside, Kev, into Redgate.
Yep, good little battle going on here.
Sorry, yeah, that is Redgate. Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
I had a double take there. I got the corner name wrong there for a second.
Bit of contact for Mark Woodhouse there with Durant Kaiser.
Woodhouse needs to be careful. That's his teammate as well.
Lewis Bibby, sorry. Just nice little touring car, little brush wide on the corner. It was quite a nice move. He's just done the same with
Bibby's just hit
Kaiser as well.
Bibby's just hit your own Kaiser.
Making progress through the field, there was Bibby with his bidding for the championship here.
He is indeed, and well, Lewis Bibby.
Stephen Whiteley with a huge lead in the Jettas.
Yeah, massive. He's
5
loving
or 6 seconds ahead. He actually did this in the race last week that we did. He had a good run. He did get caught in the end. But
he's just got his head down though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got his head down. He's looking forward. That's the main thing. He's 2 seconds a lap quicker than Hedgecock. And then it's White, and then it's Venter. Venter's got a great run here. Let's see what Conrad can do. Gets the slipstream. Bit of side draft as well, tiny bit in the Jetta. Hard on the brakes now, Conrad. Yeah, nicely done. He gets that car into the chicane nicely, and he's through. So, good move there. Now, a couple of cars in the pits as well behind. That includes Stakovic, I think. Stakovic,
yeah, there's
and
a few Jettas in that.
Chris White. Ben Hackerson is back out. He hasn't retired from the race, and he's got a 30-minute race, Kev. So I mean, he's still got possibly a chance of picking up the points he needs.
Yeah, definitely. There is a fast repair in this series, so if you can get back to the pits, if you can make it back to the pits, then I think he did tour, so he has lost. I think he's lost a lap, so he's a lap down. But if you can hold on and save that lap, he should score points, which will still put him up in the championship.
It was a really unfortunate incident for him, though. Really, he did everything he could to lessen the impact, and yet, it didn't really work. In big traffic now as well. Makes it through nicely though. Good patience there from Hackerson. Doesn't always have that, but he's got it tonight. He's got to do it if he wants to win the championship.
Just having a look at Hedgecock here. And Michael Hall's right behind Conrad. This is definitely going to be a battle for the championship here, side by side. Just coming into the first turn.
Here comes Hall. Look at the traffic.
Yeah.
Got a lot of traffic here. Who's that on the inside? 250.
Oh, that's Hall through Hall's past Venter.
Dale Green taking it.
Melcher is closing in. He's not far behind them. The Conrad Hall battle.
You know what? You're right, because he's behind Brian
Levitt. He has
well,
made it some time. So.
Yep. Hall past Venter then, and now he's going to go past Adam Hedgecock now as well, as is Venter. So Venter around the outside, up the hill towards Old Hall. Oh, Venter's sideways. Oh, and he's kept it on then. Fine. Oh man!
Is Melcher in that as well? Yep.
Oh my God! Melcher's fine. Melcher's got through. Who was that car who got absolutely wiped out there, Kev? I couldn't see that. Absolutely, somebody got absolutely totaled there.
Yeah, Brian Levitt was in there.
Who was that who just got absolutely whacked?
No.
Was it Adam Hedgecock?
Yeah, Adam Hedgecock, yep. Bang, straight off.
And in fairness
Quite
to
a lot of
Brian,
damage
in
to
fairness
that
to
car as
Brian
well.
Levitt, he just lost the car on the way in. Nothing he could do. But, mistake there, costing also Adam Hedgecock quite severely there. So Stuart McFadden then continues to move forward. 4 seconds clear now of Sam Reed. Then it's Anthony Gray. Then it's Lewis Bibby. And then it's Alex Everett.
I will point out that you need to just keep an eye on your own Kaiser, because he has been into the pits. He has done his pit stop, so he's the leader of the people who have pit stopped so far. And he did this last week, and he actually came out with a decent result because he just got his head down after his pit stop and worked his way through. So I'll have to keep an eye on his progress.
Yeah, that's really what you need to do.
Although he's just had some contact from a lapped Jetta.
Oh, I tell you what. Oh, it's a bit hairy for Anthony Gray and for Lewis Bibby. Bibby's up the inside into the chicane. Good move by Bibby. Oh, has he cut the course there? No, I think he's okay. A lot of that first part of the chicane really did. You've got 10 cars in the gear category separated by just 4 seconds, Kev.
Yeah, did we miss something that happened
Alex
with
Everett
Venter? Because Venter's lost a lot of places.
Have a look.
He's a good 5 positions behind Melchett now.
Been in the pits?
Potentially, yeah. I don't get timing, so maybe he has, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's been in that one, Kev. Let's have a look. Could be wrong. Yeah, he was in the pits.
Oh, that's alright then.
As was Adam Hedgecock was in because he got bullered. Absolutely smashed. Dave Crozier ahead of Jason Rowe. That's for 14th and 15th. It's a lot. All the Team Mad cars not really having a great race. Jeroen Kaiser has been into. He hasn't been into the pits, has he? Just not having a great race at the back of the field. So he might have been the one who was spun round, was he, Kev, at the start of the race?
Who was that? Sorry, I was
lap.
just.
Was it Kaiser who was spun round, possibly?
No, Kaiser's done his pit stop. He's been in and done his pit stop, so that's why.
Oh, sorry, I just haven't had the lap time showing. Sorry about that. Yeah.
There's, I think Jason Rowe has been in, and Dave Crozier look like they've been in.
Everett up to 4th. He's just taken Gray into Redgate on the first corner. Down the Craner curves that they go as well, and into the old hairpin. Not really a hairpin, is it? But it definitely is a very good corner, a very difficult corner. Probably the hardest corner on the course, actually, is the old hairpin.
Yeah, it's a very big commitment corner, and it's very easy to get an off track on it. So it's a very thin line that you've got to tread with it. But both Michael Hall and Dennis Melcher are closing in on Stephen Whiteley for the lead. They're only a couple of seconds behind now, I think.
Yeah, they've closed that gap quickly, haven't they?
Yeah,
Whiteley was lapping.
He did this last week as well.
Whiteley was lapping in the 19s though. He's just drifted off to the high 20s, mid 21s. Whereas with Hall's actually gone from the mid 21s to the low 20s.
It depends on when you catch the traffic as well. It loses you some time. It's quite a hard track to have traffic on because with it's big, fast-flowing corners, and if you're forced offline, then you start losing momentum.
Well, we know for a fact
in the Jeddah.
We know for a fact if Michael Hall, obviously, if he finishes ahead of Dennis Melcher, he's won the title. What he's doing at the minute, remember this is a 30-minute race, so 20 minutes left to go. This is the inaugural season of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship, presented by World League Sim Racing. This is on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse, Kevin New, and Scott Newton bringing you action here from Donington Park. And Kev, I'm glad you could join me for race 2, mate. And after the issues of race 1, but it's been an enjoyable race so far.
Yeah, it's been great. It's great action-packed throughout the field. We've just got a nice little battle with Scott Malcolm and Clinton Bell going on here for 8th and 9th. Very close together, just coming down to the back straight. Clinton Bell might have a look to make a move into the chicane if he gets a good slipstream on the back.
He's having a look, but he doesn't decide to make an assault on the Scotsman there.
Michael Hall really closing the gap
into the pits goes
to
Bell.
Whiteley.
Bell's into the pits. Now let's see what no pits yet for Whiteley or Hall. Let's see if they do that this time round, or Melchett. When are they coming in? The answer is not now, so they carry on, both of them.
So does Melchett. Melchett carries on as well in that 3rd place.
See about Hooper. Hooper's in. Steve Hooper is in from 4th, 21st overall. Had a very good season, Hooper. He's been very consistent, and that showed with 5th in the championship. Very, very good performances from him. Speaking of good performances, Kev Stewart McFadden's having a great race out there and leading. We're not really paying a great deal of attention to him because he's not in the championship fight, but 4.5 second lead. Can't argue with that after 12 laps.
No, he had a fantastic race last week. He won his first race last week and had a very, very mature drive and has been performing well every time I've been in the comms box watching the races.
Yep, that's a good assessment there, mate.
Yeah,
he's been
very consistent.
He's getting better all the time. All the time. As Bibby goes by his teammate Greenfield to lap him.
So Hall's right up behind Whiteley now for the lead. I don't think either of them are pit up. Whiteley's gone wide. That's just put Hall straight through. I don't think any of them. Oh, Whiteley's just dive bombed into the pits.
I was about to say I hope Whiteley doesn't need to go to the pits there, but yeah, that was just about cleared by Hall going into that.
It's a definitely risky. Oh, Hall's just got a bit of contact.
Look at all these Team Mad cars around Michael Hall now. So 3 Team Mad Kias, and of course the championship rival in the same team, Dennis Melchett. So
let's hope there's not too much too many team orders in there.
Well, we like a few shenanigans here on Apex Racing TV, but
he keeps it interesting.
Not too many, no.
Nothing too blatant.
Yeah, at least if you're going to do it, make it look good. Ben Atkinson still in the race, championship leader. 28 points is his margin over Alex Everett, and 39 points ahead of Lewis Bibby. Now, let's have a look and see. I'm going to try and work out where he'd need to finish. He was to win the title. Let me just have a quick look at that.
Just filling on a few pit stops. You got Scott Malcolm, Neil Rocks, Mark Woodhouse in the pits. They're all coming out together, which will make a very, very interesting battle as they get underway and get those tyres back up to pressure. Coming out into a lot of traffic, and Hackison's actually coming through to unlap himself as well in this little group as well.
Yeah, so I mean that's progress for him. Let's see exactly what he can do. I'm just going to try and check the point situation.
The leader, Stu McFadden's in the pits. Lewis Bibby goes through to take the lead. Sam Reed's also in there. He's dropped down. He's in 3rd.
Okay, so it goes 50 for the win, 47 for 2nd, 45 for 3rd, 43 for 4th, and then it goes down by 1 point per place. So really, that's not too bad for Hackison, is it? Let's have a look. Where would he have to finish? He just has to finish. I think he just has to finish. As long as he doesn't crash out or anything. He's lost a lot of time there. What's happened? Has he got a slow down? Did he have a slow down penalty, did he?
Let's have a look. He's just been off.
Was he just letting people through?
I think he might have just been letting people through because he was lapped down. So
Might have just been letting those guys through, but is he needing to let those guys through, or is he needing to really fight a little bit?
I think he will have to because he is a lap down technically, so he will be getting a blue flag. So.
But he just needs to be careful he doesn't go 2 laps down. I think that's the key, isn't it? And
yeah, I think he's still only a lap down, so I think he's safe so far.
As I believe the same result, I would imagine the same rules apply in terms of being lapped, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Alright, so is Lewis Bibby going to pit this time around, or is he going to stay out? Let's have a look and see whether I think he's going to stay out. No, he's coming at the pits, so let's see where he comes out and see whether he's managed to undercut Stuart McFadden.
No, he hasn't. There goes McFadden. Still a few seconds in the pits for Lewis Bibby.
Apologies for that, I was watching replay.
Chris, no, it's alright, you're still right anyway, it's still happening. He's still in the pits. Come out now. Chris Sherburn leads the race, incidentally, in the absence of those guys who've gone into the pits. Sherburn started 5th, he's had a good run so far. Be hoping to translate that into a good result here. And staying out a long time, it might just help. Him with that. Now then, Maciek Sakovic versus versus Jordan Gardner. Oh, what's that? I can hear a crash. Is that between Hooper and Hooper and Lewis Bibby just hit each other.
Yeah, a bit of contact there. Oh, and there's a bit of shoving behind as well with Sakovic and Gardner.
Yeah, they're very close now, and Hooper's in there ahead of Gardner now.
Oh.
Hooper going to have a look into the shade. Oh, Hooper's hit Maciek Sakovic. And now Gardner's going to go through on Hooper. Going to try anyway. Oh, and here come the Kias. This is about Clinton Bell into the wall.
Oh, Sakovic is off behind as well.
Hard shot there into the wall.
Oh,
and that's just
Lewis Bibby's just way too aggressive to get him past the Jetta.
Trying to go through silly gaps. It's a half an hour long race.
I think he makes contact with Scott Malcolm afterwards as well.
Yeah, not good there. Not good at all. The Jettas are having a battle. You've got to exercise some kind of caution. I don't know. You've got to see who's around you in that situation, I think. Because when 2 cars are side by side, you can't just go steaming in there. I don't know. We'll see what the stewards make of it. I'm sure they'll have something to say.
It was a very, very aggressive move there. But I will point out that obviously at the beginning of after
Takes 2
he
to
pitted,
tango, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, definitely. Jerome Kaiser, after he pitted, I said he was a one to watch. He's currently in 5th. He's only 3 seconds behind Bibby. It's a great little drive up to 5th place.
I don't know if he's done this a couple of times actually with the
the
long
early
strategy.
Early pit stop really works for him. He just gets out of all the chaos of the Kia and just concentrates on getting through the Jettas, and it works perfectly.
Yeah, you're right. As we've seen, that was very close with Everett. Alex Everett doesn't want to throw away his opportunity as well. He's not in a championship winning position, but you never know what could happen. All it takes is a retirement.
So Michael Hall in the Jettas has been in the pits. So Melcher is in the lead, so we'll have to keep an eye on Melcher to see whether he can close that gap.
Melcher's staying out.
Venter is now ahead of Hall as well, so Hall's down technically in there at 3rd.
Yeah, Venter driving well in the second half of the race. Whiteley still hanging on as well, about 5 seconds
Bibby
behind.
just making more contact there with Conrad, and he's allowed Hall to get through. Bibby being very aggressive in the second race.
Again, it's like you can't. No, that wasn't Bibby.
Sorry, I haven't got the new paints. I don't have time to download.
I
so
don't
I've got a
think
couple
it
of white
was. I
cars.
don't think it was Bibby that time. It was. It was. I'm not sure who it was actually.
It was Dave Crozier making a bit of contact there.
Ah, right. Okay.
Apologies to
it's
Lewis
just
there for.
It's just general. It's just generally Kia's making contact with people, though, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot.
you've got to.
It's difficult because of the closing. There's a massive closing speed with these Kias.
That is right.
And this track is very, very quick.
That is right, but you can't just bash your way through.
Yeah, this is true.
And you have to, like, if the track's fast, then use the Kia straight line speed to your advantage. Get past in sensible places.
Yeah, I have to admit, last week when me and Alex did this, the racing was ridiculously clean.
Yeah.
Last week it was a massive change, but now we seem to have just gone back a peg, and some of the moves are getting a bit silly. I know championships are up for grabs, but
Kaiser versus Everett. Everett late on the brakes. Great move. Great move into the chicane by Alex Everett. Can he keep it? That's the question. We've seen many times a move done into that chicane and then surrendered again into the first corner. He's late on the brakes again, Everett, and he's done a great job there. He's P5 at the minute, giving himself a very good chance of taking the title still with about 9 minutes to go, maybe just a little bit under.
Quick update in the Jettas. Melcher's been in the pits, so Hall has now gone into the lead. Conrad's going to be in second with Dennis Melchett in third, with Stephen Whiteley having a great race just behind Melchett in fourth.
I do think sometimes, Kev, that the faster category gets a bit of a bad rap for bad driving in any mixed class race, but they're the ones, I think, with the greatest responsibility in terms of, they have the faster car, they can choose better times to pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a bit of an unwritten rule that it's always the faster car to get past. I mean, if you look at Le Mans or, I don't know, WEC, I think it's always an unwritten rule that the slower car just has to hold their race in line, and it's the fastest car to work their way around, whether they drive around the outside or whether they wait till a straight. And I don't think there's that rule in place in this championship. So I think it's a bit of confusion between the two classes rather than.
I think it's generally hold the line. But I just think it's just patience. It's a patience game for me, and it's just it's not exhibited enough, I think, and that's the issue. It's not that everybody's crazy or not that everybody's making daft moves, but it's just sometimes it could be better. Hopefully for season 2, gear drivers might calm down a little bit. Having said that, the race format is such that there is a big gap between the classes, so it's going to happen every now and again.
Oh, but I mean, you're racing, you're always going to get a bit of contact every now and again, but sometimes there's racing incidents and sometimes there's just idiot driving. Chris Sherburn just in the pits. McFadden's already gone through to take the lead because he was chucked up behind him, so it'll be interesting to see where Chris comes out in after his long first stint.
Yeah, Sherburn pitting from the lead, so doing a very good job in the first stint there.
Sakovic seems to have disconnected, so I don't know what happened to Sakovic.
He was getting bashed about a bit, wasn't he? I wondered if that's it could have been. No, it wasn't. It could have been disqualification actually. Oh no, there's no incident limit, is there? So it can't be.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't get disqualified from this.
Maybe just knackered car. I'm not sure. I'll have to just find out. Some point. Michael Hall leading by about 3 or 4 seconds from Conrad Venter. It's Dennis Melchett. Even Whiteley still going. See, Whiteley's back to the form he was showing at the start of the stint, Kev, where he's getting his head down, he's going forward. He just lost his way in the middle of the race, and that's what allowed these guys to eat him up so quickly.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough when you're on your own, because you don't have that. Like at the minute, Melchett's only a little bit in front of him. You've got something to chase, so you start braking that little bit later. You start getting the power because you start pushing your car to catch the car in front. Whereas when you're on your own, you kind of, I don't know, you're just driving at 95%, I suppose.
Yeah. No, you're spot on.
Because I mean, Whiteley has dropped off the back of Melchett from when the last time I looked to see where he was. So he's not going hugely quick, but he's definitely having a good race.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get a move for second place here as well very shortly, because Lewis Bibby is really closing in on his teammate Sam Reed, so I wonder if that's going to be surely that'll be Reed letting Bibby through.
You would have thought so in the current situation.
You'd hope so. Championship points at stake, it mightn't be. Hackerson's still struggling out there. He's not He's lapping quite decently, but he's having to let people through every now and again. I don't think that's...
Yeah, that's not true. You
don't
can't
think
really,
that's
you can't really
helping.
overtake anyone either, because you just have to let them back past.
I mean, that's the thing, you can, but it's whether there's a point in doing it, because the nearest car to him is Jason Greenfield, and Greenfield's at the Craner Curves.
He's nearly a lap ahead, I know.
Yeah, so he's half. Yeah, he's a good half a lap at least in front. So yeah, very difficult to make any headway.
It's a tough one because you don't want to get in. You don't want to overtake someone when they're having a battle and get in the middle of their battle. Like in the middle, he's chasing Crozier and Baxter, who are having a race. You don't want to get into the middle of that and ruin someone else's race because you're a lap down.
No, you're spot on again, and you feel like you don't want to get involved in these battles. Sometimes you have to, but most of the time, yeah, if you can avoid it. Woodhouse versus Malcolm. These two are very close. Then that's 7th and 8th positions. Automech versus Club 73. Woodhouse has got a good run out of the old hairpin. See what he's doing in his pursuit of Scott Malcolm then. It's a nice wide line. Now into Coppice. If he follows him nicely through Coppice, Kevin could have a chance into the chicane.
Yeah, he's definitely got a good run. There's a lap car going to get in the way though. He might have to go the long way around the outside, but you can do it.
And be done. Pretty tricky.
Not brave, and I think he's going to get a good run. So this could be a bit of contact, which is just going to slow them down a little bit. But yeah, he could get a run down at the first turn.
There's a car on the exit as well that you had to look out for. Here he goes, Woodhouse. Gonna have a look. Oh, back end twitching around. MotoGP rider at the end of the race with the back wheels twitching.
Yeah, the Kias are great fun under the brakes.
Backing it in almost. Awesome stuff. It is a good feel under braking on a lot of corners, especially in like medium speed corners to fast corners where you really feel the thing getting loose underneath you.
Yeah, it's great to drive.
Neil Rocks versus Stephen Baxter. That's for 11th.
Lewis maybe right up behind Sam Reed now. So
it
should be inevitable that he should let him past. Really, I mean,
I was just about to.
Yeah,
just about to say that really there should be a change here.
Should be. He seems to be taking a defensive line in the first corner, so
they're smart.
Maybe they're not.
Should really just let Bibby go. Bit of a difficult one.
You thought he would have been passed by now. If I was Lewis, I'd be definitely giving him a nudge.
Yep.
Although he might not have enough incident points to give him a nudge, so he might have to be. Oh, there you go. No, he's going to go defensive again.
Yeah, still defensive.
Mark Woodhouse is just going to go through Scott Malcolm. He's just getting through. Melchett. Oh, he's pulled off. He's just pulled off. Nothing there. Yeah, he's just pulled off. Scott Malcolm with a bit of an issue there. He's got a slowdown maybe? No, I don't know. He just seems to have pulled off to the side of the track. So maybe he has got a slowdown. It's going to put him down a couple of places, I think.
Scott Malcolm's in the pits. Yeah.
Maybe he run out of fuel. It's right towards the end of the race, isn't he? Fuel.
One more lap to go then.
Kaiser's dropped down the order a little bit as well. His car's way battered at the back.
One more lap to go in the season. Melchett's got ahead of Venter. He won't get Michael Hall. It could well be that Hall is going to take this here. Take the title.
Race leader's just been off into the gravel. It's on the right-hander before the straight.
Here we go
right
then.
through the gravel.
Through the last chicane then comes Stuart McFadden. Started on pole. Oh, hello. What was that?
He's out of fuel. Is he out of fuel? He's out of fuel.
No, he's alright, I think. But Stuart McFadden wins the final race of the season here in the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. We're just waiting for Michael Hall then, as he's going to come across through the final chicane for the last time. Over the line he comes, and Michael Hall, the champion of the Micro League Cup.
It's a great drive by both race winners.
Brilliant performance by Hall. Let's not forget Dennis Melcher, who pushed him all the way, and hate to bring it up, if it wasn't for the one race where he'd received the wrong car, whether it was his own fault or not, we don't know truly, but that's pretty much cost him the title. Conrad Venter in third.
Definitely.
He'll finish third overall as well. Looking at the Kia then, Hackerson did finish in 17, and I think that will just about be enough. Gonna have to get an official confirmation of that as well. We might have to get you that in. We might have to get you that sort of soon.
Nope, Alex Everett's running out of fuel towards the line. I think he might have dropped down a few places because there's a few cars just going past him, I think.
Did he not cross the line?
Oh no, maybe he's maybe
No, he must have crossed the line.
He's only slowed down, but he finished third. Sorry, I apologise for that.
I was thinking he must have crossed.
There was someone right ahead of him still at race pace, and I was like, oh, what's going on here?
He must have crossed the line.
His teammates giving him a little push into the pits.
What we're going to do, I think is a good idea, is we're going to go for a little commercial break, just a few minutes. We're going to see if we can get our hands on some points, see if we can get our hands on some driver interviews, and we'll bring you, hopefully we'll bring you a little post-race show. So, tell you what, we'll step aside for a few moments, and then we'll be back with the aftermath of the final round on the Club 73 Touring Car Championship. So we'll see you in just a few minutes here on Apex Racing TV.
a move. Truex on the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
What a move. Truex on the outside, contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Ross Sherburn ran out of fuel, Kev.
Never. He pitted quite late as well.
Just give me a shout when you're ready. Welcome back to Donington Park. We've seen the final round of the Club 73 Touring Car Championship presented by World League Sim Racing. Andrew Woodhouse, Kevin and Scott Newton still with you here on Apex Racing TV. Kev, we saw a really good championship finale. There was all sorts going on. There's several talking points, I'm sure. But in general, what have you made of this first season of the Club 73 Touring Cars?
It's been a cracking season. I think it's got so much potential going forward. You know, the way they run the system, you know, with the into the points that you don't get disqualified, keeps the track busy, keeps the track exciting. You know, so you can, and they deal with it afterwards in terms of deducting points and things. So it's a great way to run it. You know, the action on tracks. You know, we've seen a few little bits and pieces where people need to just calm down a little bit and think things through. But you know, most part of the race has been just action packed for the whole time. It's been a great format to watch and to commentate on.
Because in theory that should sort itself out for future seasons. Okay, so I will just preface this by saying all the things we're going to say, they are subject to penalties, they are subject to any protests or other business to go on. So, but without further ado, we'll bring in our Kia champion, Ben Hackerson. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Well done. That was an interesting race for you, especially considering that you had probably one of the slowest airborne accidents I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, it was interesting for all of the corner, I guess, and then when I landed, it was pretty much drive around for half an hour. But yeah, obviously delighted with how the season's gone. I've been trying to do consistency over pure lap speed. And yeah, I'm just happy after losing Club Series Season 1 on the final corner here at Donington. I'm happy to win this time.
Yeah, and did it in great style. You didn't need to. It's a good job we didn't need a great result in that last race, isn't it? But that's what happens in the reverse grid races. We've seen that's what can happen in BSRTC and this and the Club Series and all the series that we've covered here. And you'd built up a nice lead in order to just make sure that in case something did happen, you were ready.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. I think just doing the Pro Series last year really helps with that kind of thing, just focusing on getting decent results, as many races as you can. And obviously you can't finish every race, and there'll be the odd mishap, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you were also pushed all the way by the man who joins us now in the commentary box, who's Alex Everett. Alex, hello, mate.
Hello there.
Hello. We were just saying now, it was a close series all the way through between yourself and Ben and Lewis especially, but you did everything you could really to try to wrestle the title away from Ben, but you know, just not enough, unfortunately, but still a great performance from yourself tonight.
First of all, congratulations, Ben. But yeah, you're right. It was mainly race 2 that you know, messed things up really. I just couldn't get the pit stops right, and I found myself in too many battles, just getting caught up. But it was good fun all season. Me and Ben have been so tight on pace and the points all the way through, so it's been really enjoyable, yeah.
You did have a very, very good meeting in general, didn't you? I mean, you were 2 top 5s. I mean, you can't, too bad. What's the feeling then going into next season then between the two of you? Are you both going to be... Ben, I'll start with you first. Are you going to be coming back for the next one to defend the title?
Well, first of all, congrats, Alex. It was a great season between us. We enjoyed it, and yeah, definitely going to be back as long as everything changes, and hopefully back with Club 73.
Same for you, Alex, is it?
Yeah, I'll be back. Sunday's the only day I can race, and I absolutely love this series. I think it was a great idea. Not all the Kia drivers get along with the Jetta drivers, vice versa, but I actually really enjoy it, so fair play. Well done to the Clinton and the guys.
We were saying that it's only going to get better with the seasons, though, as people get more used to it, because everybody's used to racing in the one category, aren't they? The Kia category, which we've had, obviously, we've raced together a fair bit in the club series and things, and we're all used to racing the identical car with the same pace, and it is a bit of a culture shock, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is, and there's a few drivers that used to race in the Kia, and I've noticed that they've been really, really quick in the Jetta, and it's been like, wow, look at them go.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what we like about seeing drivers in different cars, is that it really does throw up some interesting results. Some drivers you wouldn't necessarily expect to be up there. Ben, obviously it's great to win the first season of any championship, but I imagine you haven't done it by yourself fully. Surely there must be some people you'd like to thank. Give a shout out to the sponsors, to the team, whoever you'd like.
Oh yeah, so first of all, Club 73 for having me on board, and my 2 direct teammates in Clinton and Chris Wood, and then the sponsors for our team are High Hill Motorcycles, Nitro Helmets and Rock Oil.
Alright, awesome, nice one. Alex, same too, mate. Give a shout out to whoever you like.
Yeah, similar one here. Thanks to Radical Racing. There's Tom Stanley for having me in the team, and Stephen Baxter. He's been a brilliant teammate all season.
Onwards and upwards for you guys next season?
Yeah, I'll have you next time, Ben.
Right then, thank you very much, chaps, for providing us some great entertainment this season. We look forward to seeing you again next time on Apex Racing TV. So our champion Ben Haxton, our second place man Alex Everett, well done.
Thank you.
Now we're going to come over to the VW Jetta now, and one of our colleagues, our good friend Conrad Venter. Hello, mate.
How are you doing?
Good. I heard you in the commentary box on the way home from work earlier on, and then you went to work yourself and put in some good performances in the old Jetta tonight.
Yeah, well, it's tough going out there, especially in race 2 tonight. Had a bit of a hairy moment, and like I said earlier on the stream today, the plan was just to sort of consolidate 3rd place, and after that late little scare, I could see that disappearing very quickly.
Obviously the first race was quite smooth sailing, I think, but then second race here, you got bashed around a little bit, but still managed to come through, finish 3rd. I think you must be quite happy with that.
Yeah, race 1 was good. I got an absolute stonker of a start, and I think I managed to pick up 2 places off the starting line, and from there on in it was really just managing the traffic. But yeah, like I said, I got bashed around a little bit in the second race, and I was sort of hoping to get into a bit of an arm wrestle with Dennis Melcher there for the last 2 laps, but unfortunately got tagged by Kia, and that was that.
Really, I mean, we can't get hold of Dennis at the minute, or Michael Hall, but what I will say is that all 3 of you, and pretty much everyone else as well, has done a very, very good job in terms of putting on some great entertainment in the Jetta category, because it's the first time we've really seen the Jetta on Apex Racing TV, and you guys have made it sparkle a little bit.
It's been a really good season, and I have to give it to Dennis and Michael. They've been rapidly quick in this car over the last 6 weeks. They are sort of the guys you look out for when qualifying comes around, and especially Michael going with these runs from the back to the front in race 2. He's really good at it. But yeah, I want to give a little shout out to the King boys, because I mean, they have improved in pace remarkably over the last 6 weeks, and yeah, you could really see it. Been really getting better as the season's gone on.
I'm sure the old Doncaster Massive will be quite happy with that as well. You know, in the pub there. So
They can send the drinks my way.
oh, that's it. I'm sure they will as well. Don't be careful what you wish for. I think on that one. So you've been the sole Apex car in the competition. Do you reckon for future seasons there's any chance of you getting a team together of anybody else, maybe from the academy or from the main team?
Yeah, we've spoken a little bit. We are always sitting in that Team Cheese and Wine channel, chatting away, and Mr. Tim Mawson has been kind enough to be spotting for me the entire season. I might lose him for the next one, as he's expressed an interest in taking part, as well as Mr. Ryan Walker. So we might bring another 2 cars to the grid for
great.
season 2.
Oh mate, I look forward to that. Especially since I probably can't drive for you now for a while because my wheel's gone, my wheel's busted. But yeah, no, I'd be very happy to see a few more cars on the grid, and yeah, see what we can do next season.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. I just want to say a big thank you to the organisers as well. It's been a brilliant season, and what a way to introduce new guys like us to this kind of racing, by allowing free entry for first timers into the series.
Yeah, that's awesome. You got to pay your way now, mate.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to do that. That was well worth it for the season.
All right, mate. Awesome stuff. Good job tonight, and yeah, good job for the whole season. We'll catch you. We'll catch you when we catch you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, mate. Right then. So I believe that Kevin Noon is standing by with race winner Stuart McFadden.
Hello, Stuart. Welcome to the broadcast.
That's alright.
Great victory in that race 2. It follows up from your victory in race 2 last week.
Yeah, I was quite pleased to do the double. I mean, I could do the first 3 rounds because of my exams were on, but the first 4 rounds, sorry. Oh jeez, I can't count. But yeah, great race 3 win. But backed it up with a backed it up with a second in race 1, and I had second in race 1 last week as well. So hopefully I can next season when it starts again. Hopefully I can have some good results, and hopefully I have the time to come back into the championship again, because it's really great fun. It's battling through all the Jettas, battling for position. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, we've been hearing that a lot with everyone praising the championship and its format. How have you found with dealing with the Jettas this season? Because we've seen a few people come unstuck, working their way through traffic. Has it been a problem for you, or something that you've been specifically working on?
Not really. It's just finding the gap and just not taking the Jettas out, and just trying to not lose time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, trying to be patient and working your way through. I think we've got Scott in here as well. Come to join us as well, Scott Malcolm. Welcome to the broadcast.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen the points, but I think you were about 3rd in the pro standings, which is a decent result for following the season.
Yeah, I suppose it'll be a decent result, that. Getting a bit of reputation as the only man, eh?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some great pace from you this season. Obviously, we used to race against you in Pro Series, and seeing how the pace of how much it's come on is good. It was only a few weeks ago that you were at the top of the standings there. So it's a bit of a shame to see you drop down to 3rd, but still a good result.
Yeah, it was a fairly good result. It's a bit gutted that I was top a few weeks ago, and then I kind of blew it last week with that incident with Dale, I think it was. That kind of knocked the stuffing out of me.
Yeah, I'll ask you the same question I asked you. How have you found work dealing with the Jettas this year, and obviously the madness that is the Kia grid, and then throwing in some lap traffic? How have you found dealing with that?
Oh, they're a nightmare. Nah, I'm only joking.
Sure you are.
It's been interesting. Brings out a whole different style of racing. It's the first time that I've done multi-class racing in the faster car. I'm usually in the slow one, so I know I've got to let them by, but it's a wee bit different when you're the faster car. You've got to get past these slow ones.
Yeah, especially when you're already in a battle yourself, it makes things twice as hard, doesn't it? When you're trying to get past the lap car as well as trying to defend from the car behind.
Yeah, aye. A few wee tricks you can do, try and compromise the car behind you, but I'm not let you into them.
Shh, you weren't supposed to say that.
Military
You
secrets.
can't be giving away trade secrets, can we?
Military secrets. Yeah, Scott, I was going to say, mate, we had quite a good scrap in the old club series last season, and yeah, it's good to see you still battling away in the Kia and getting higher and higher up the grid in the main championship as well, in the BSRTC.
Yeah, I look forward to that starting up again. I'm going to aim at try and get in that showdown for the Arm Championship. I've been pretty close the last 2 seasons. I think I was like 100 points off it the first time, and then about the same last season. Just try and cut out the silly wee mistakes, because that's kind of shooting me in the foot.
Yeah, but I mean that's what it's about. Long season. Kev was saying the same thing. Is the consistency is really the key, and yeah, hopefully, mate, you can get into that showdown. I'm sure you can.
That's long overdue, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see how you go. See, you've got to get through to December, so yeah, just try your best and see how it goes. But yeah, is there anybody you want to thank before you go? Either of you, Scott or Stuart?
I would like to thank Scott first, because he's done absolute wonders with me in this car. I mean, last 6 months ago I was like 2-3 seconds off, and now I'm up the front. I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant, and I can't thank him enough for all the work that he's done. Not a lot of people would take the amount of time and everything to do that, so yeah, thank you for him. Thank you, Tim.
Great stuff. Thanks, boys, for joining us, and
No bother,
yeah,
anytime.
we'll hopefully catch you both next season.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Cheers. Right then, we've got time for one more victim. Quite a frequent victim of ours in the Apex Racing TV Commentary Booth Series organiser, Andrew Whitehead. Hello, mate.
Hello, I'm really nervous because my wife's singing in the background.
Singing in the background.
Yeah.
Well, that could be good television, couldn't it? Really?
No, it would be awful.
Do we need to say any more? We should cut it right there.
Yeah,
she doesn't watch this broadcast, does she, Andrew?
She could probably hear me though.
Have you? Anyway, so someone had the bright idea. A few people had the bright idea to put the Kia and the Jetta together, and you know, one season's passed, 6 rounds. We've had some great action, and it's been a really, really good championship.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was. I think we said a few weeks back. It was born out of the fact that we wanted to run something with the Jetta, and then the whole club series thing got moved to the Saturday, and it just opened up an opportunity that just came out of nowhere. So it was more circumstance than planning in terms of anything. But yeah, it's been great. We're really pleased with it.
What do you think has been the difference, the main difference between this and the Kia series that you've taken part in and organised before?
Well, we did something different with the points to the series that we've run before, and also with the grids for the second race being reverse championship. It keeps everything really tight. But then you know the closing speed of the Kia and the Jetta. I mean that was a bit of a learning curve for everybody, I think. And I hope you've seen on the broadcast that things have got better over the weeks. But you know, in the earlier weeks, the guys didn't know which way to go when they're swapping lanes in front of you and you're approaching at speed. So it was a bit scary at times. Let's put it that way. But I think everybody's settled down really well now. Do you know what else is really nice? whole community around the league. When you look at the Facebook page, you know, if there's a little bit of an incident, there's always apologies on there, and everybody's quite friendly and chilled out, and I think that makes a massive difference as well.
Not always been the case in the past, has it? Sometimes.
What are you trying to say?
No, everybody though. It's like, as in general, it's not always like that, is it? So it's good that it is.
I think we just got lucky with the entries that we had this season. Everybody's just got on really well, and it has been a very friendly season, very friendly league, good racing, competitive, close racing. I don't like BT much, obviously, but everything else is groovy. I missed the second race because I couldn't. I couldn't
repeat that on the broadcast the other day. But yeah, is it same again tonight? Was it?
Gremlins. And by the time I got everything fixed, there was the session wasn't joinable, so I just had to sit and watch, which was a bit. Well, it was frustrating because I was sat in a lowly 11th place in the championship, I think, but I beat 4 of the guys who were ahead of me, so I think I'd actually leapfrogged into the top 10, and I was hoping to build on that, and not to be.
Something to aim for next year.
Yeah, better internet connection.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah. But the thing is, you must be pleased though with how it's gone and everything. You know, in terms of, it's been a very smooth sailing, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're all chuffed to bits, and you know, it's one of those things where we have to keep sort of pinching ourselves because it was a bit of a risk putting the 2 cars that are so different together. I mean, they look so similar. They're both front-wheel drive, but I had a go in the Jetta a week or so ago. It's the most awful thing in the world to drive when you're so experienced in the Kia. They're vastly different. You have to drive them. You know, they're just such different animals. You can't just be a Kia driver in a Jetta. There's so many things you have to do differently, and you know, credit to the guys who did jump over from the Kia to the Jetta and do that part of the series. But yeah, we're absolutely over the moon with the way it's gone. We couldn't have wished for it to be better, to be honest.
I've driven the Jetta a couple of times, and you do drive it in a similar way to the Kia, but there is some subtle differences, and I think in general, I'll be honest, I think nearly all the Jetta drivers have done really, really well with what they've had to work with, because it's not always easy, especially if you kind of because we know there were some people who were fairly new to some of the more organised leagues and everything, and it's hard enough to join a league like that. You have to deal with mixed class as well and faster cars coming through. It's not always easy, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, it would for the guys who aren't really very used to the private leagues, as you say. I mean, this was a real baptism of fire for them guys, and you know, credit to them for. It was a fairly steep learning curve, but they've all done admirably. It's been great.
Yeah, and do you want to shout out to anybody just before you leave us?
Well, I'd like to give you all a reminder, obviously, that we've got the Nordschleife special one-off event next week, the King of the Ring.
Yes,
so
King of the Ring.
Sorting trophies out for that this week. Hopefully, you guys will be there for the broadcast as well. Everybody who's in a Jetta races a Jetta. Everybody who's in a Kia races a Kia. So it's the same classes. There's no qualifying because it's just daft trying to do qualifying around the Nordschleife. So it's reverse championship finishing order.
The same as really the. How long is the race?
It's going to be for an hour.
Yeah. Tough one then. Yeah.
and unlike last week, I actually know where it is. It's at the Nordschleife.
I was just going to ask you where we're going next week. Will there be a mandatory pit stop?
Well, we've set it for an hour. I don't know whether the.
Will the Kia make it? Will the Kia make an hour?
The Kia does about 45 minutes from what I can remember. I'm not 100% sure.
You'll definitely, the Kia will do 45, so you're definitely going to have to work out what you want to do with the Kia. I mean, if you fill it up to the top, you'll get 45 minutes out of it. So whether some people do a little sneaky 3/4 and then another 3/4 or what, but I think the Jetta might actually.
The Jetta will go all day. It's a diesel.
If you put 2 gallons in it, it'll go till next week, won't it? It's so they might not have to stop.
Let's face it, though, the most people will be in the pits at some point, I would imagine, during an hour around the Nordschleife. I know that all too well from the Porsche Cup a couple of weeks ago. Right.
Well, not wanting to jinx him, but John Roberts will be going for a 0x race. So we need to get an interview with him after the race just to find out if that came off or.
Oh well, a bit of sabotage him for next week then. I would imagine. That's what you've done. You've just thrown him under the bus saying that. Yeah. So there we go. Poor John. Nice knowing him. Right, mate. It's always a pleasure, and we will. I'm sure we'll interview you soon. If not for the next season of this, surely with the touring cars, the BSRTC as well. So
lovely. And we will be along with another season of this with the same cars, a little bit longer this time.
Roughly when, do you know? Or
I would say it's going to be a 2 or 3 week break. I can't remember the exact date. I don't think we've agreed an exact date yet, but we're still working on that. And the tracks, obviously, we want to try and keep a reasonable mix of free tracks as well, so that people don't have to invest too much in their, for those that have got the first season. But yeah, it'll be a bit longer than this 6 weeks. This was a toe in the water, and it's worked out well. So we're going to go for a much longer one.
Nice one. All right. Thanks very much, Andrew Whitehead.
Thank you. Great job as always.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Right, so waiting very, very patiently. Thank you very much. Adam Hedgecock, everybody, is in the commentary box with us.
Hi.
Hello. Thanks for hanging on for quite a bit. We did want to try and get to everybody that we could. So let me just have a quick look, because as usual I am not very prepared. Tends to happen.
Should I jump in with the first question?
It was about no. It was about. I was just looking for where you finished in the championship. It was about 9th overall, wasn't it? So, I think because we had over 25 entries, I think you must be fairly happy with that.
I'm ecstatic, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I think that the last couple of races there has been a smaller number of Jetta racers, so there was more points available. But yeah, I was aiming for a top 10, and. Yeah, it looks like, hopefully, fingers crossed, without any penalties, I think I might have done it.
How did you find this first season? We've spoken to everybody. Everybody's really enjoyed it. Everybody's said that it's unlike anything they've ever done. Is that the same on your part?
Well, it was a bit of a culture shock, to be honest, because I've recently come back from a 3-year break of racing, and
3 years.
Yeah. I used to race with Andrew and Sean and James, the old WLR guys back on the Xbox, and they said that they were doing the Kia races in the club series. I was like, oh great, I'll get the Kia, I'll come and practice and do that, and then it changed days, and I just couldn't do it. So this was set up, and because I hadn't raced the Kia, the rules state that I had to go in the Jetta, which I didn't mind too much, it's a car to learn in, but boy, it's completely different to anything else I've ever driven. If you're not making a corner, you apply more power and more lock, and that's pretty much the way you go with it.
Yeah, just thrash it around and see how it goes.
Yeah,
I've driven it once or twice, and it's a good car to drive, actually. It's just a bit different to even the Kia. It's quite surprising, but
yeah, just keep turning. If you're not making a corner, just turn some more. It's really weird. It's a lot of fun. The only downside to it, you get a lot of 4Xs. Bit of door bashing. To me, touring car racing is about rubbing doors. And if you do that, you do rack up the points, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It's fun nonetheless.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Are you going to be around for the King of the Ring then next week?
I am, yes, for sure. I'm not very good around there, so you'll probably be saying that I'm off in a hedge again at some point. But
no, there's real chances for you to end up in actual hedges at the Nordschleife, though. So
there is, yeah. No,
we'll see.
It'll be a lot of fun, But I'll be there definitely.
I just wanted to comment. Actually, I noticed you got right whack in the second race, didn't you?
Yeah, poor old Brian.
Just lost it. There was nothing you could really do, but you just.
I think it was karma because all through the season, I've had little run-ins with him, mainly my fault, where I've given him a tap here, a tap there, and yeah, I got a slowdown going up the hill, so I was backing into the pack anyway,
really
and
slow.
yeah, he got a swapper on, and that was it. Off I go.
All I saw, because I saw the camera angle from the front, all I saw was you disappear off to the right somewhere, and I didn't know where you'd gone, so I didn't even know who had been knocked off, because I just saw this white car flying off to one side, and but yeah, that was a huge hit, but
massively unfortunate, but definitely it wasn't Brian's fault. If you look at the replay, he's. I think there's a bit of net coders. We've come into the corner, and it's just kind of kicked his rear end out, and of course he's gone to correct it, and got the swapper on, unfortunately.
Just quickly, after the first season, is there anybody you'd like to give a quick shout out to?
The WLR guys that I used to race with, and the Club 73 guys that I've newly met, cracking bunch of people. They put on a real good show as far as the season has been. You guys for doing great commentary. I know my mum enjoys watching the races. So
excellent.
Yeah, kudos to you guys for that. And yeah, for all the other drivers, the Kia drivers, you see them. They're really tolerant with the Jettas most of the time. It's been a learning experience for everybody, and just a congratulations and a pat on the back to anyone who's raced, because it's been a real blast and a real spectacle, I think.
I think the problem we've had, Kev, is really that when a Kia has caused a crash with a Jetta lapping it, it's quite noticeable, isn't it? So I think it probably hasn't happened as much as what we think, but it's just a case of what they've got underneath them, isn't it?
Yeah, I think just the difference in speed. So when you're hitting a faster car, it makes a bit of a bigger bang, doesn't it? Than
Yes.
The Jetta kind of just rubs against the Kia a little bit, whereas when the Kia hits a Jetta, the Jetta doesn't usually stay on the track.
Well, that's why I was surprised when Adam got knocked off, because normally the Jetta hitting a Jetta is just like, well, if nobody hears it, did it really happen?
Yeah, it's usually like a tank hitting a tank, and they just stop.
You'll be surprised the amount of damage you pick up, though. Just, the smallest of knocks, and your steering is way out of whack. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a tank in many ways, but then you get hit in the wrong place, and
if you're gonna just take out a tank, you take out tracks, don't you?
Yeah,
that's
the same thing with these.
Yeah, that's it. We need some of those concrete blocks they put at the German rally, and then that'll probably do it. Right, so Adam, just quickly, so thanks for obviously taking part in the season, and there's going to be another one, so you're going to be back?
Will be. I heard a little rumour that there's actually going to be a Jetta team championship for season 2.
There we go. Right, sweet.
So hopefully going to have a crack at that.
Awesome. Well, that'd be great to see. So thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you again for the great show you put on.
Right, cheers. Adam Hedgecock there, and his first season, of course, and another satisfied customer, as it were.
Yeah, it's great to hear all these and then people coming in and really enjoying the race.
Yeah, and speaking of which, another man who's waited very, very patiently in the interview channel is Mr. Dennis Melcher. It was close, it wasn't quite there for you, mate, but still a fantastic season, and great performances from yourself tonight as well.
Yeah, no other words for it. It was very close. I mean, look at the qualifying for the last 2 races. It was a very cool season for me, and I think it was 16 points now at the end, without my mistake in Laguna for the second race.
That's it.
That's a different story.
But you've got to look at it in the way that, if you'd have retired from that race, you wouldn't have got any points anyway. So it could have been, it might not necessarily have been that did it. So, got to look on the bright side of that, I think. But in general, first season in the mixed class event, in terms of this one anyway, how did you find it? How's it different to the races that you've been in before?
Yeah, I think it's the same problem like in every multi-class series. I did a lot of racing with the GTs and the prototypes, and you always got the problem that some people are not able to realize how the speeding, for example, in the corner or out of the corner on the apex. It's very hard for some drivers to get it right. Yeah, but I think this you always got the same problems in this kind of series. Sometimes you're on the bright side, and sometimes you're on the bad side. So yeah, changing in every race.
But I think in general, I think I think it was a big success, and I think everybody's enjoyed it, and I hope you have as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. Yeah, that's true.
Getting very, very close to the championship, of course. So you've still got that goal for next season. Are you going to be back for next season? We just said that there is going to be season 2.
Yeah, I will gonna be back. I heard that there are 2 drop weeks or something like that. Makes easier for me to join all the races then as well, because I got some problems with the job. But yeah, I think I'm able to race in all of the series races then, and I'll definitely be back.
I know, that's awesome. That's really, really good to hear. And before we go, we're running out of time a little bit here, but give us a shout out to anybody who you'd like to thank, who you couldn't have done this without.
Yeah, I would like to thank Team Mad, especially Jason, because he brought me into this series. I want to thank Richard Orphan, my best friend. He's always spotting my races and telling me what to do, and I got all the skills from him. And a special thanks to my parents. They watch all of my races from the current season, so thank you very much, Mom and Dad. And yeah, that's all, I think.
Alright, awesome stuff. So yeah, thanks Dennis for joining us in the commentary box, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you next season.
Yeah, thank you. See you next season.
Right then, Kev, that's pretty much it. We've spoke to a lot of people. We've got some great feedback from them, and yeah, how do you sum up the season then overall for yourself?
It's just been a cracking season, hasn't it? Just some good racing to watch, and you know, moving on to next season. Obviously, if they're going to do a longer season, hopefully it'll make people be a bit more patient and realise that it is a long season. They don't have to win every race. You know, you can afford to not gain that one position, because the week after you might gain 4 or 5 positions and you get more points in the next race. So hopefully it'll just calm a few people down. You know, it's great to hear the feedback from all the drivers who, you know, everyone who's been in the comments box tonight has loved this championship. And like Andrew said earlier, you know, you don't get any of the arguments over social media and all that kind of stuff. If someone has an incident, they apologise straight away. Whereas in other leagues, you know, I've been involved in those arguments. You know, it goes on and on and on and on about, you know, one little door panel bend. You know, it gets a bit silly at times, and there's been none of that, which is great. It's just the community's just been, everyone's up for making this league great, and that shows in the racing on the broadcast.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Thank you to everybody for watching this season. Thank you to Kev, thanks to Alex Simpson as well, thanks to Scott Newton, Sam Kumar, everybody's helped with the commentary and with the broadcasting. Yeah, mate, thanks for joining me this season.
No problem. I feel like we should say hello to Dennis's mum and dad, because they'll be watching. So
we should say hello to them as well.
Yes.
and to Adam's mum as well. We're going to be
yes, and everyone in Doncaster in the pub.
And everyone in Doncaster in the pub, yes. We hope you guys have enjoyed the season, and we hope to see all you guys back with us as well for season 2, which again should be starting within the next few weeks. But keep a good eye on this channel to find out when that's going to be. If you like what you've seen here tonight, obviously like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube as well, and of course you will then find out when all our races are going to be. You won't miss a minute of action on Apex Racing TV. So from all of us here, from Andrew Woodhouse, from Kevin Noon, and from Scott Newton, it's goodbye from Apex Racing TV, and it's goodbye from the Club 73 Touring Car Championship in association with World League Sim Racing. We'll be back tomorrow night for the Rick Mattek Sports Car Series as well. That's the early hours of Tuesday morning. So we'll be with you for that. We've got BSR Formula Renault on Tuesday, and then we've got the BSR Winter Series on Thursday. So it's a good night from me. It's a good night from us. Good night.